Welcome to our Sunday specials. Here's the gripping story about an extraordinary 9-year-old primary school pupil in Lagos. Siju Olawepo is a calendar prodigy. He can actually tell you the particular day of the week he was born. See as far as the 16th century. Give him 60th century dates and it will supply you with the particular days. He can accomplish this task even faster than an internet search engine. Ola Awakan is adding this to the list of exceptional children he has brought to the limelight in less than 2 years.
A quick search on the internet and other learning resources did not return any match for the sort of talent I was to find in Siju Olawepo. But I set out for the story after I got necessary details from a fixer, not so sure I would make such a big discovery. My first port of call was Siju's school, where I met with the teacher who discovered him.
I am happy I was able to actually pay little attention to what he was doing because
He is still in awe of the boy's outstanding gifts.
he always uses the word a dozen of plain sheets. I want to write the calendar for 2045. You know, it sounds funny hearing that from a kid and we laugh over it. And one afternoon I saw him doing that same calendar and I said, let me even check what Siju is doing to be sure if he really knows what he's doing. So when I checked, I cross-checked with my phone. Definitely I'm not a calendar genius like he is. I cross-checked with my phone calendar and I saw that what he was writing was correct.
Then it was time for me to come face to face with the genius himself. This is his classroom. It was shocking to see him seated while others stood to welcome us. It was the first strange thing I noticed about him.
My name is Ola Awakan.
How old are you?
I'm IX.
At only 9 years of age, he is already a calendar expert. This is a feat that is rare. It takes professors years to study and design a calendar, but Siju does this with ease. Give him dates and he supplies the particular day in seconds. Well into centuries he definitely would not live to see.
January 15, 2044 is Friday.
It's a Friday. How did you know it's Friday?
I just know it.
I needed that to authenticate my story. November 15, 2000 and what?
50.
2000.
2450.
It's 2450 that I should check. 2450. You say it's what?
Tuesday.
It's actually on a Tuesday.
Well, when
Siju is a boy of few words, but when it comes to responding to questions about the calendar, he finds sudden eloquence.
These dates, are they in your head?
Yes.
They're in your head.
Yes, they're in my head.
He has memory of calendar dates in his brain.
For
He says it
Michael.
in seconds. Ask him the dates and tell him to give you the day. He will give you in seconds. Amazing kids like this are rare, and when you see them, they need to be nurtured.
Academic is okay, but only when he's guided. He's perfectly okay. But if you don't guide him, he can write out of points.
Bola Adiaga,
You are the...
head of Carol School.
The school is also making efforts to understudy him and create a unique curriculum that will accommodate his outstanding talents.
Okay, we've tried to develop his own curriculum because I must be frank with you, he's much faster. He's faster than we are. So we've tried to develop his own curriculum tailored towards that gift, that talent. And as much as possible, get the teachers involved to take him on one-on-one because he's definitely not of this world.
I want to become a doctor.
Siju also sings. He has become a source of motivation to his classmates.
Siju can sing, he can color, he has the talent to paint and to draw, and he likes to have friends.
Even his parents did not notice this amazing gift initially. Was it deliberate, or did he keep the talent display to school alone?
We knew nothing about it, apart from the fact that he loves to write, design calendars. We call him the calendar boy.
Yes, because I'm too young.
Master Olawepo lives with his parents, a younger brother and his grandmother. But on this visit, it was the trio of him, his father and mother that we met. Funke Olawepo is his mother, and she is still finding it difficult to wrap her mind around this revelation.
The length or the extent of this knowledge that God has, this rare gift that God has given unto him, nobody knows the extent.
Her only regret was chastising Siju several times at home, when all he was concentrating on was to scribble or design calendar dates of past and future centuries because she thought it was a distraction from his studies.
The day the head of school called and was like, "Are you aware your son is a genius?" Honestly, a part of me, I felt so bad for all the periods I've spanked him, for all the periods I didn't pay attention to details, those things he was trying to make me see.
Siju has designed dozens of calendars dating back to the 16th century and dating forward into the 60th. His father wants government intervention to help gifted children like his develop their talents locally rather than taking them overseas.
How long are we going to sell out all our goodies? But I wish the government would get its acts together and be able to draw out, from the wells of raw knowledge these people are bringing on earth and into society and into humanity.
Yeah, listen to that music.
Siju will not only tell you the day you were born when you feed him with the dates. He will also tell you if it was a leap year or not.
How do you know leap years?
I just know leap year.
You just know leap year?
Yeah.
So tell me the leap years that you know.
The 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016.
He tells me the particular day that Nigeria will be 100.
Nigeria will become 100 years in 2060. October 1st, 2060 is Friday.
He responds even faster than the search engine in this regard. It is just amazing.
You did this calendar?
Yes.
This is his corner at home. He shows me some of his designs. Are there things he does specially?
His diet, his way of life, every other thing is normal. Because he's still a kid anyway.
I had to visit Professor Unifagbongbe, head of Psychology Department, University of Lagos, if he could find an explanation to this.
Wow.
After watching a video of Siju displaying his talent, the professor of psychology having explained likely possibilities as existing knowledge may have it, admits that the talent breaks the rules of science.
Perhaps there had been an older person long ago in that family who displayed such a remembrance capacity.
My dad is a regular person. He's passed on now. But one thing that he has as his gift is very quiet, but he remembers stuff.
In the absence of, lectures and all these sort of things, he's able to mention those days accurately, without blinking, without thinking and all these sort of things, could be likened to some of the mysteries of life. I don't know what explanation science can give to it.
The professor of psychology believes the world can tap into this discovery to create a new body of knowledge.
This amazing gift, can be a tremendous developmental facilitator for society in terms of peeping into the future, that is designing accurate calendar into the future.
Siju's discovery is now one out of a growing number of children TVC News has brought into the limelight in the past half-decade. From Waris, the hyperrealism artist, to child authors Munachi and Caleb, to the Bariga Boys' Footprint of David, to Ariyike, the youngest photographer, and Joshua Beckford, there is clearly a growing number of precocious children, that kind that perhaps requires the setting up of a special commission for children with exceptional talent. Ola Awakan, TVC News, Lagos.